A second.
Have a motion and a second to discuss and consider awarding the bid for Hitch Street. Are there any questions?
Do we have to vote on this today? Does it have to be done immediately?
Well, it kind of does because time is of the essence, and these bids are only good for how long, Jeremy? They'll hold their bids for 30 days, I believe.
Roughly, yeah, we have a little time, but we're getting close.
Okay.
You said 75. All of your paperwork here says 90 working days to complete.
We look at 1 second.
Are you buffering for what they gave you?
No, there's a reason I said 75. Okay, so what I did was when I looked at it, when you were asking me, there's base working days, which was 75, and then it says working days bid and alternate bid, so you're correct, it is 90 days. Because I told them that I'm recommending we do that alternate bid. I apologize, I misspoke.
Now, we still have our machine, Troy, that does the seal machine.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the correct seal. It's not the same.
Not the same. Okay. Never mind.
That was for NASA. That machine's for NASA.
So it's going to be 90 days.
Unless you want to eliminate that line item, and we can look into alternate avenues to do that, but you want to get back up there? So,
Oh, yeah.
I apologize, I don't want to sneak.
No, it's okay.
So again, joint sealing, make sure I have the right number here, $12,800. So we could go ahead and take that out altogether, but we would still have to reach out to local individuals and see if anybody's willing to do that line item. So
That's already in their bid.
it's already in their bid as an
When they get
alternate.
through, the street will be cleaned and sealed.
Be clean and sealed. But the question came up 90 days versus 75. So yes, we're giving them some more time, but part of the reason for that was when you look in the bid package, I also had another bid in there as an alternate for what's called a conflict box, because there's a gas line up in the right of way, and I was concerned that we might need to use that. But looking at the prices, it's too much. I don't like how they bid it for any of them, so I don't recommend that. And if we do get to that point, we'll look at it when we get there, but I don't think we're gonna need it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
That is, that's under your alternate bid 1A for the conflict box.
Yes, sir.
So that 10,000 is potentially coming off of the 262.
It's not included in there right now. All right, so my number is for 231,600 is what I'm asking you guys to vote on. And what that consists of is you take the base bid of 239,550. You subtract out the line item number 4, which is to remove concrete, which was for $20,750.
Is that just one driveway?
It's a continuous driveway on that side where the teller side was. It was the remnants that was left.
That has to be removed?
I'm calling for it to be removed because, so we're moving, the sewer right now is sitting up under that curve, and I was having to put the drainage in an opportune spot. So now what I'm doing is I'm actually gonna take and put a brand new sewer where it should be, and then the storm will go where it should be. And so to do that, I need to get that out of the way because they have to excavate in that area, so it has to be cut out. Because we're gonna be working up and down that strip, if that makes sense.
Okay, and that drive is how long? Is that the only one that's gotta be removed?
Yes, sir.
The reason I question that is because I think there was some discussion sometime back on that when we took the road over about the drives and redoing all the curbs and all of that. So that's where all this falls in. We removed the drive. Now we're responsible for how much curbing?
There's a line item in here for curbing that's part of what you're gonna vote on. And so the thought was,
Curbing of just that spot?
no, wherever it needs, so repairing it, so any place in essence, yes. So if there was a driveway and we removed it, we're replacing that with a curb on top.
Okay, and we got to go back, because what we were discussing is that the contractors or the developer would take care of the curbing on that street as needed, because the drives would change depending on,
Into their business,
correct,
into their business. That's what we talked about.
leave Hit Street, you're going onto that developer's property.
Yeah, but where he's talking about is the drive-through, and they're not building anything at the drive-through,
Okay,
right?
That's right.
That's just, they're gonna take
but who owns the property?
the same developer.
Okay, so at
But
some
not
point,
the-
he's going to develop it. What I'm saying is, the developer should be responsible for the curb as he sees
That's not
fit.
what that's not what we talked about back, we talked about the,
Was.
Well, with the exception, Jeremy, of what you're proposing, any inlets, any curb cuts, that will be the developer's responsibility.
developer or the owners of the new business.
So again, you, not to draw it out too far, but when we were before you the last time, I told you I came back before today and I made some changes to design based off of drainage and sewer and stuff. Because of the way I've gotten the opportunity to put the sewer in quote unquote the right place and put the drainage where it is, it fixed. What they did on Hit Avenue was you had a Hit Avenue, and then they came back sometime in the 70s and they added an additional strip. And there's some inlets that were in there that was in a bad spot. So I'm basically took the opportunity to put it right, put the curb back the way it was supposed to, and put the drainage inlets on the back of the road where they were supposed to go as a curb inlet. Where before when I came to you, we were just going to try to work with what they had and use the inlet that
So
was
we're
in
going to
that
take out a
lane.
drive, and we're going to recurve that section.
That will work. So because if you don't have that, what's going to happen is, say it takes a year or two, you're going to have water and it's just going to kind of sit there, and that curb's needed to channelize it and get it into that drainage. So that's why I put it back in. It's there for a reason.
You're asking for the 231,600,
Yes, sir.
but we're not talking about the alternative bid for the 12,800 at this time?
No, that includes that. The only thing that, 1A is not included, and item 4 is not included. Item 1A was that conflict box.
How big is that gas line, Jeremy? You know?
I do, let me check my plans. It's either a 4 or 6.
No.
4-inch gas line.
Is that for?
Which from a gas service, that's big
That's
for
a big line.
for a residential company line. That's not for a distribution line, but that's big for Texas Gas.
Can I ask you to speculate on one thing for us?
Yes, sir.
If we rebid this with these prices going down,
No, it will not go down.
would we get the same contractors to bid on it?
Yes.
Would there be any more contractors to bid on?
Probably not. You might get one.
And you said we've got 30 days from when?
I'd have to go back and check my
When were they, July 28th?
July 28th.
Yeah, July 28th, top of the sheet.
And again, I need to look at the contract and see specifically the time frame. I didn't bring it with me. I apologize. I didn't think that'd be a question.
How many bid on it this time for this?
We had 3. MK out of Vider, Brightstar out of Beaumont, and then Greenskeeps out of Houston. And then there was another, Shane Larson picked up a packet. He was at the pre-bid meeting, but he did not submit a packet.
Is that Lawco?
Yeah, that's lawful.
Yes, sir.
And Dee, you had mentioned that the drainage portion could be absorbed into the new budget.
Yes, sir.
Do our numbers on the budgets that we have for today, are they going to reflect that?
The budget for the drainage is in there. The EDC that we've been discussed is in there, but that can be corrected quickly.
And didn't this company did the new curbs that we just did on Allison, not Allison, but,
Yeah, that's
they
the
the
same
ones that
company.
finished it?
That's-
They did a
that's
fantastic
Greenscape.
job over there. Very efficient what they did.
At this point, I know that, I don't speak for everyone, but I know that myself, I'm personally not happy about the overages and the fact that we missed it this bad. It's unfortunate that we're gonna have to make concessions to try to absorb this because we can't let this stop us getting in our way of our development. But the oversights, the premium for small jobs, not happy, but I don't know. We're not gonna get a better shape if we put it off. Material prices aren't coming down, labor prices aren't really coming down.
And I'll be honest with you guys, when we opened up those bids, if you would have asked me 5 minutes before that the prices came in the way they did, I did not expect that. I did not expect that.
So for the last time here, Dee, we feel confident that we have the room to absorb this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're gonna have the EDC funds for it?
Yes, ma'am. We have EDC funds and ample EDC funds in our reserve to handle that.
Calculated EDC values per company that's opening to bring in?
Well, you can look at it this way. Probably $250,000 is going to be the value of the Starbucks, and probably the same for the car wash. But where we see our real benefit is the sales tax. For every $1 million of coffee that Starbucks sells, the city gets $10,000 back in the sales tax, and the EDC gets $5,000 back in sales tax.
You said that the Starbucks building is only gonna be worth $250,000?
I mean, I'm just speculating. I'm thinking low. It's probably between $250,000 and $400,000.
Closer to $4.
But as far as ad valorem versus
Yeah,
sales
right.
tax, sales tax is what.
Right, that's what I was asking you, the sales tax part of it. So that's what goes back to EDC.
But when are they gonna be built?
The
Finished, I mean.
Starbucks is right now under construction.
Right.
And then we should see the Blue Wave start any day now. They've got their permit, they're ready to go. And then later on, I believe I talked to the new owners of the Chick-fil-A, and they're very excited and wanted to come to council in the near future and have an announcement to move forward.
Okay.
Have any other questions at this time? If no other questions, we'll vote on the motion. Do we need to amend the motion to include the amount for the total job?
I don't think so.
Mr. Black?
Well, it is, so if you're accepting the bid as it presented to you,
Okay, do we need to amend the motion to accept the bid for Greenscapes? Okay. Councilmember McAdams, you had the motion.
I'll amend my motion to consider, well, to award the bid to Greenscapes for the Hit Street improvements.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to amend the bid to award the bid for Hit Street to Greenscape 6 for the Hit Street project. Have any questions on that? Being none, we'll vote on the motion. Mayor votes aye. Mayor Pro Tem Baden. Councilmember McAdams. Councilmember Dugas.
Aye.
Councilmember Oliver. Motion passes.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council.
Item 7, City Attorney.
Mayor. This is ordinance number 2021-10. An ordinance amending chapter 10 An ordinance amending Chapter 10, Fire Protection and Prevention of the City of Grove's Code of Ordinances by repealing the existing Chapter 10, Fire Protection and Prevention in its entirety, and adopting a revised Chapter 10, Fire Protection and Prevention, consisting of Article 1, Grove's Fire Code, establishing a Department of Fire Prevention, adopting the International Fire Code 2018 edition, published by the International Code Council, ICC, providing for amendments to the International Fire Code 2018 edition in the City of Groves, and adopting Article 2, arson reward, providing for the enforcement of this ordinance, providing a savings clause, providing a penalty, providing for codification, providing for publication by publishing the caption only, and providing an effective date.
Need a motion and a second?
Make a motion that we adopt the International Fire Code 2018 addition to the City of Groves ordinance.
Say the ordinance number.
Oh, I'm sorry. 2021-10.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt the International Fire Code 2018 addition into the City of Grove ordinance, ordinance number 2021-10. Do I have any questions? Lance, are you part of this? Do you want to kind of give us some?
I'd rather turn it over to Captain Canitas. He's been our interim fire marshal right now since Kelly's out. He's better to answer the question than me.
Well, great. We'd love to hear from you.
You sure?
Bring it.
In his step.
Who are you?
Each in his step.
Rough crowd. What would you like to know, Mayor?
What was our previous ordinance edition?
Previous was 2006.
How often do these come out?
Every 4 years.
Every 4?
Yes, sir.
Does this provide any additional safety for our firefighters or for the citizens of Grove?
Absolutely. Any contractor that comes in is already using a higher code, 2013 or above. So what this does is allows us to make sure all our buildings are protected even more. than
This
what
is
they are.
for new construction
New
or
construction.
remodels as well?
It remodels also.
Okay, do we have the infrastructure to enforce this?
Yes, sir.
Any other questions for Captain Kanigas?
What about the existing structures? Does it give us any better when we go to check them?
Yes, sir. Any violations that occur from now on, we are able to enforce those. As of right now, we're not able to. If you have a commercial building that has a fire alarm that operates false alarms, we don't have anything to fall back on. We do have one that we've been dealing with that's had 10 alarms in the last month and a half, and they're all false alarms, and we're unable to correct those issues.
Yeah, this will entitle you to do that. Correct?
Absolutely. It'll give them the ability to understand that the corrections need to be made.
So in that instance, what do you do to say that business if he does not correct?
We send them a letter.
And then what happens?
Nothing.
That's what I thought. You can't make them. You can't close the business.
Can't enforce a penalty on just
existing.
on the existing fire alarms yet. You know, we can send them letters all day long, but we have no back to force it.
But in say we have to answer every time.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
That's all.
Yeah, we don't play with that old theory of hollering fire in the theater. We're gonna respond.
I know y'all will. Thank you, Pete.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
All the other cities are also, the neighboring cities of Mid-County are also increasing theirs to 2018. And then I was advised by our building code official, he's also gonna be increasing his to 2018. So we'll all be on the same level.
All right. Thank y'all.
We're just ahead of it.
Any other questions? Being none, we'll vote on the motion. Mayor votes aye. Mayor Pro Tem Baden.
Aye.
Councilmember McAdams.
Aye.
Councilmember Dugas.
Aye.
Councilmember Oliver.
Aye.
Motion passes. All right. Item 8, city manager invoices.
Mayor and council, the invoice approval list for August 30th, 2021 is as follows. Brimtac Southwest Chemicals for the water plant, $8,100. Cold Supply, miscellaneous clamps and fittings for water line inventory, $8,119.40. Core and Main, miscellaneous fittings for water line inventory, $6,038.40. Gulf Coast, the asphalt for 25th Street and Cleveland projects, $203,403.25. Howell Furniture Galleries, 7 recliners for the new fire station, $8,137.67. Martin Asphalt, Prime Rock, and Rock Oil for the City Street program, and Chip Seal for the City Street program, $34,867.65. MasterCard Gold is MasterCard repayment for July, office supplies and fire station, $5,525.12. Motorola radios, chargers, and batteries for the fire department, $14,211.90. Republic Services, the June commercial dumpster service, $5,157.91. And Vulcan Construction Materials, A1 limestone base for the 2021 street program, $10,097.88 for a total of $303,859.18.
Make a motion, we approve the invoice list for August 30th, 2021.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the invoice list for August 30th, 2021. Are there any questions?
What streets did we chip seal? Troy?
We chip sealed, it was, excuse me, that was one off from April. It was Willow, we did North, High, and Clinton. And then we also added Terrell and Baird. Baird over here off between Grant and Garfield. There's a little section of it.
Baird off of Grant Garfield?
Oh, they're close to Hoggaboon.
Okay.
And then we chip sealed Hoggaboon all the way from Twin City to 366. We just did a coat over the top of
When
it.
did you do that one?
That was the first one we did. Whenever we chip sealed.
And the last, earlier, I mean, I was just on it. They've already tore it up that bad, them big trucks? Wow.
Well, when you were
I was there a couple weeks ago. Last
been
week.
done, yeah. It was done the first one we did with the county, yes, sir.
That was what, first,